Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series. Okay, it looks like they've pretty much mimicked each other with the fetch lands. Ooh, Lightning Strike on the Rattleclaw Mystic. Perfectly understandable. Alright, another fetch land. Deathmist Raptor. He is a very good card. Though, I have to be honest, I haven't seen... Oh, and a Lightning Strike to get rid of him. I haven't seen many matches where he gets back from the graveyard. It's just one of those things, the games are typically fast enough that you don't really have time to mess around morphing and unmorphing to get him back. But with the new, I guess, strategy of Wizards trying to slow down the standard play, he will probably get to come back from graveyards more often. So, Stormbreath Dragon, counterspell of some sort. Clash of Wills for 1. Okay, so... At first I thought it was a mono-red burn deck. Now it's sort of looking like a green and red ramp. This other guy, though, I haven't got a clue because it's... Oh, and Stormbreath Dragon. Pro white, so he's going to get through, but at the same time, it leaves himself open for a return shot from Ojutai. But this guy's got me perplexed as to what his deck is, because you don't typically see a control deck with so many creatures. And I realize there's only been 3 creatures, but that's not really the point of control decks. You know, they might have Ojutai, but he'd be their big gun finisher. So I'm trying to figure out what this guy's deck is up to, or maybe it's not a control... Oh, is it a... It's starting to look like a legendary dragon deck of some sort, possibly. And that maybe Clash of Wills or any other counters are just the splash in. So it's a regular, you know, I want to say like green and white deck. It's just splashed for blue so that he can get some more creatures and have access to counter spells. But he doesn't have the colors he needs to stop a Stormbreath Dragon. You know, Ojutai and Dramoka are really good cards, but when you've got a 7/7 that has basically protection from both of them. Okay, so 10 damage, you'll put him down to 4. He's got 6 mana open. Whoop. Okay. So put it up to 11 damage, so he's down to 3. Luckily for him, Dramoka has lifelink, because that right there was nuts. He just gained 12 life off of one Dramoka's command. Before he played that Dramoka's command, though, I was thinking, okay, he really needs something good from the Brainstorm effect from Ojutai. Okay, and he conceded. But I'll continue what I was saying. He would have really needed something good from the Brainstorm effect on Ojutai. But he had things well in hand. And I have to admit, I'm not as familiar with the Dragon Lords other than Ojutai because you don't typically see them. But that was a masterful play. Dragon Lord Dramoka and then playing Dramoka's command on it. Flavorful too. Though, if you think about it, why would Dramoka be giving him or herself a command? But masterful play, saved his butt. On to game 2. So I think I've got a handle on what each deck is trying to do. The green and red deck, okay, Honored Hierarch. So I'm pretty sure that this is a green-red ramp deck with dragons. So if he can roll out reasonably well, because he did alright the last time. That was just really lucky on the... trying to think. What would these guys be called? Bant Dragons and Green-Red Ramp? I guess I'll run with that for now. So the Bant Dragon deck, he just got really lucky. If he didn't have the... Well, I won't say that he wouldn't have won if he didn't have the Dramoka's command, because he still would have gained enough life to keep himself alive. But he would have... He was at 3, he would have gained 6... He would have taken 7 the next time, so he would have been well within just another burn spell. And it's obvious that the green-red deck is running multiple burn spells. So if he had one, he would have won. So it really came down to just that timing and tricks. Okay, Stormbreath Dragon. No counterspell this time. So he's got Nissa. Let's see. What's he gonna play? He's in a tough spot already. Stormbreath Dragon on turn 4 is very nasty. This command to get rid of the Honored Hierarch and buff Nissa. I know I've said it before, but I am very disappointed in her -2 ability. For what you have to go through to get her to flip. Sova Dragon Claw. Okay, this is really not looking good for the Bant Dragons. But like I was saying, -2 and you get a 4/4 legendary token. That is garbage. If it wasn't legendary, that would have been fine. I don't see any reason why that would be overpowered. Or, if you keep it legendary, make it, you know, if you want it to be a vanilla creature, make it something bigger, like a 6/6 or even a 6/8. If you... Dragon Claw for the win. Or not. Manifest to chump block. No, it's still a win. Chumps here, it has trample, he dies. Chumps here, he takes 8 and he dies. But like I was saying about Nissa, you know, take the legendary off and her token, and that would be perfectly fine. That is not overpowered to be able to make 4/4s with the sheer amount of work you have to put in to flip her. Or make that token big. You know, a 6/6 is not overpowered. A 6/8 isn't overpowered. And also, flavor-wise, I believe the story goes that her token is the soul of Zendikar. It's like the soul of an entire plane is a 4/4. So, in my opinion, mechanically fails and flavor fails. But she's still good. Her +1 ability is really good, and then if you can get her up, that late game smash from her ultimate is well worth it. Oh god, he's already got Dragon Claw out. Thankfully he can't activate it, but still, she's a 4/2 trample. And that's good enough on its own. But he could block it with a Rattleclaw Mystic. So if Yasova Dragonclaw is important to him, he's probably... Oh, he's attacking with a Rattleclaw Mystic? I guess. He's shown that he can kill it, so why not? And a second Mystic. Okay. So, 1 red. Still can't activate Dragonclaw. Not that I think he would in this situation. He's probably got more important things to do with 4 mana. Lightning Strike on a Mystic. Attacks in for 5. Okay, 5 mana. Things aren't that bad. The situation is manageable. So he's got 5 mana on turn 4. And I was trying to think what else could be in his deck, because we really haven't seen a whole lot from his deck. We know that he's probably got a handful of counters in his deck. He's got the legendary dragons, the Dragon Lords. We know he's got Death Mist Raptor. And Nissa, and that's pretty much all we know about his deck so far, other than the Mystics. And there's Death Mist Raptor. Oh, and not a second red. That's really good news for the Bant Dragons. Oh, Shaman of the Great Hunt. That's a really good one right now. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Now, if he attacked all out, one of these two is gonna... Either the Shaman or Yasova are gonna die because he'd block it with the Death Mist Raptor. He'd probably block the other one with the Rattleclaw Mystic because it's really good value, but the red-green ramp guy knows that it would be a waste. He'd get a 2/2 Elvish Mystic for his trouble. Ooh, Dramoka's Command. Unfortunately, the Death Mist Raptor had to die to do it, but it did get rid of the Shaman, which, unchecked, his ability, without the Ferocious, he is a damn good card. A 4/2 haste. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage, put a +1/+1 counter on it for 4 mana. That is damn good. And then on top of that, the draw card ability, which he could have activated on his next turn. Alright, Nissa is back. Mastery of the Unseen. Temple of Abandon. There's the second red that he needed. He still doesn't have it yet, so he can't steal anything. But the Bant Dragon deck is down to 1 card right now and 2 on his draw. So I have a feeling that he... Oh, wow, a second Shaman. But no attack. I think I would have punched in right there. You know, be it lose the Shaman or the Dragon Claw. You would have gotten through for 5 damage. And then had a 2-2 Mystic, and then a 5-3 of whichever one stayed alive. And he's drawing. Draw a card for each creature you control. So he's drawing 2 cards. Did he play a land this turn? No, he didn't. So if he draws another red mana, untapped red mana, so it's got to be a mountain. If he draws a mountain, he could activate Yasova. And he did. But the thing is that the Bant deck has... Well, he only has the 1. But he can use the Rattleclaw before the attack to use its mana to do it. So there's a possibility that he has a trick that he could use with 2 mana instead of 1. But now he has an extra blocker, which I'd have a hard time choosing between the Shaman and the Dragon Claw. And he can't haste until the end of turn. Yeah, it's only until end of turn. Oh! Flipping the Den Protector, so he did have a trick. So he gets Dramoka's command back, and he manages to get Deathmist Raptor back, which I haven't seen very often. And he's in a pretty good condition right now. He's got Nissa. He now has a 4-3 Rattleclaw Mystic, which I don't know if he considered that when he stole it. The Den Protector, which at the moment, you know, he's only a 3-2, so he could be blocked. But if he is, the other creature dies. And Den Protector will have effectively 2 for 1, because he'll have gotten a card back before he died. So he is swinging in. There's nothing he can do but block. So he's got a 4-3, a 3-3 Death Touch, and a 3-2. So Yasova to the Rattleclaw Mystic. So he's going to take 6. And Dramoka's command on the Deathmist Raptor to kill the Shaman. 2 times this game. But that was really lucky on the green-red ramp deck to draw 2 Shamans that early. a second Dragon Claw. X is 0? What? Oh, ferocious. Okay. Attacks for 1. He's gotta have something to play. I don't see why he wouldn't have tapped and stole the Den Protector if he didn't. His power less than, so Dragon Claw could block, but he chooses not to. She is a powerhouse. That ability is ridiculous. Storm Breath Dragon. And Clash of Wills for 4. Oh, that Mystic, I forgot. So making sure that dragon doesn't hit the board. Because that would have hurt a lot. That would have been 9 damage. Six. So he can only manifest once. So this is coming down to a straight race. He's got him down to 4. The problem is that the red-green deck has Crater's Claws. Wild Call. Manifest the top card of your library and put X +1/+1s on it. Oh, Clash of Wills for 1. 2. That's right. I just did it again. I forgot about Elvish Mystic. But Wild Call. Haven't seen anybody play that in tournament practice before. So I can't tell you if that's very good or not. If he had stuck it, obviously in this situation it would have been good. And dead. Which makes me wonder whether he forgot that he couldn't block him, or whether he didn't have anything he could do, which he could have held back and blocked to stay alive, because Den Protector didn't have trample. So I don't know what his strategic thought process was on that last turn, but there you go. That was what I will call Bant Dragons and Red-Green Ramp. If you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for